Today we're going to be cooking a Boston butt in the oven instead of smoking it. Hey y'all, and welcome back. It's that time again. It's time to get down to cooking. Tonight we're making a Boston butt. Actually, it's in the afternoon. We're going to be letting this cook for around 4 to 5 hours. We found it for $1.98. You can't pass that up right now. So I thought today, while I'm cleaning up our Christmas stuff, would be a great day to put this Boston butt in the oven and let it cook low and slow. Let's get started. Look at that. And we got it for a great price. Y'all check out your sales. Right now is the time, for some reason, to be buying pork. This right here will feed Travis and myself probably 2, maybe even 3 meals. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I have some whole cloves of garlic. So I'm just going to take this real sharp knife and just punch me some holes down in my roast. I call it a roast. It's a Boston butt. I guess it is sort of a type of roast. It's just not beef. Tonight, it's a pork night. That's fat right there. So we're going to do this side. We're just going to take these cloves of garlic and we're just going to push them right down in there. And as this roast cooks, that'll just help. That garlic will just cook and just absorb right into that meat, making it so sweet but garlic at the same time. I wanted to get this in the oven so it can be cooking while I'm cleaning up. I'm just going to get them all in there. Turn it upside down. Well, I'm not going to put none on that side. I guess I could put 1 or 2. And just make sure I poke it real good. And be careful with this knife because this is a very sharp knife. And this garlic smells delicious. Okay, that's my last one. So now we're going to turn it back over. Slide that over there a minute. And we're going to be using this dish. You want a dish that's deep but not very big because you don't want your liquid to dry out and disappear while it's cooking. You want it to be big enough but small at the same time to keep you some juice in there that'll help steam your roast. So now to that, I'm going to add an onion to the bottom of my dish. Okay, I'm just going to put it in there like this and try to make a layer. We're sort of making it something to sit up on so all the juices can go under it and around it. Okay, and now to that onion, I'm going to take some rosemary. And I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of rosemary. So I want that to stick to my onion, so I'm going to spray it just a tiny bit with some olive oil spray. Now we're going to put our rosemary sprinkled on top of our onion. And now we're going to take our roast going to set this over here.
And now we're going to be making us some rub to put on our Boston butt. We're going to use 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of smoked paprika, 1 tablespoon of thyme, 1 tablespoon of black pepper, and I'm going to add a little bit more rosemary. We're going to add around a half a teaspoon. And now we're going to add around a teaspoon of salt. And now to that, I'm going to use this Byron's Butt Rub. We find this at Sam's, and I've also seen it at Walmart. But it is great to use on pork. It makes some great barbecue ribs, so I'm going to try it on my Boston butt and see how it turns out. It's got a little sweet taste to it, so we won't be adding no brown sugar this time. We're trying not to add too much sweet to it. So now we're just going to get the roast ready. Now we're going to take our mixture and coat it real good and thick. I put a little bit of it on there dry to start with. And sort of pat it in and rub it down in there. Now I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil, and it'll help it stick better. Coat it real good and heavy. This is a big piece of meat, so it's hard to over season it as long as you don't go crazy with the salt. And now I'm going to take my roast once I get it finished, and we're going to place it on top of the onions, and I'm going to put the side face down that I've already seasoned. And then we're going to do the other side. And now I'm going to put around another teaspoon to a tablespoon of olive oil over the top so it don't dry out. Preheat your oven to 425. And now we're going to take our roast and we're going to place it in the oven for 25 minutes on 425 to get a pretty golden crust on it. This is what it turns out to look like once you get it cooked for 25 minutes. Now we're going to wrap it in aluminum foil. But first, we're going to put around 10 ounces of hot water. Put it in the microwave and get it real good and hot. And that right there will help steam your roast. While we're going to now turn the oven down to 300 and cook it for around 2.5 to maybe 3 hours. Make sure it's good and tight so your air don't escape and your steam stays in. See how we still have a lot of the good juices in there? That's what you want. Let's see. Ooh, it's getting tender. It's gonna be good, y'all. But I'm gonna cover it back up, and we're gonna keep cooking it for about another hour. Okay, y'all, I cooked it for almost 4 hours, and boy, did it get fork tender. I hope y'all like our video, and if you hadn't already, subscribe. Thanks for watching.